Hey kids, welcome back to Let's Play Tamriel Rebuilt. We're going to dive back into the Almost Tier Temple questline here, but I have some big news for this series going forwards. Over the last week or so since I put up an episode of this, I have completely redone my load order. With following the brilliant total overhaul list from Mike at moddingopenmw.com, who really, I can't thank that guy enough. Really, the quality of his work is incredible, and I can't think of I just can't think of that many resources for Morrowind, whether it's OpenMW or vanilla Morrowind, that are as comprehensive and fantastic to work with. Last episode I had mentioned that I didn't want to change my mods, and I was thinking about it and just seeing a lot of the great texture mods that have come out, as well as performance fixes for OpenMW and all sorts of things. I changed my mind. And so what I did is I created a whole parallel install of OpenMW on a separate user so that I could make sure that we don't lose Hlena's save. So that if there's any serious problems, I can always go back to the old file and play around with it. But so far, I've been testing it a bit off screen, and so far, so good. We may see a few textures missing and things like that. That's stuff that I can fix, but hopefully it will go really well. But the game is looking really, just look at the night sky here. The game is looking really, really beautiful. Oliver's still here, which is great. He disappeared for a bit while I was mod testing, but he's back. And you'll notice I've also got the one of the UI mods that changes the UI. So I'm going to go with one of these sort of slick modern UI mods. I got to admit, I find it a bit weird, having never played with one of these before, but I think it is good. I think it's good. This sort of high contrast UI, I think, will be good for both the videos and everything. And I just thought overall that since these are videos, after all, that all those graphics mods and especially performance mods would be nice for you guys to look at as we continue along these Tamriel Rebuilt quest lines. So another thing is that OpenMW, I've enabled a mode that does over the shoulder camera, which I think is good for video. It's not necessarily something I don't know whether I would play with this if I were just playing myself, but I think it looks quite good for the video. And we're also using, there's a mod like Carry On, for example, which actually increases our movement speed a bit and then changes the fatigue calculation. Just some basic balance mods. Speaking of that, I thought it'd be fun to show you guys this. So I've been running this whole character, I've been running on natural character growth and decay, which basically means that our skills, there's no leveling. There's no level up menu. Your skills increase and your attributes increase from the skill increases in a sort of natural way. And so there's a similar mod that's called Magicka-Based skill progression, and they're actually linked. I think they might be by the same author. And basically what it does is, in vanilla Morrowind, when you cast a spell, you gain experience in that skill per spell cast. And whereas in this mod, it's based on how much Magicka you expend. So in vanilla Morrowind, it was bad. It was not a good way to train to cast high cost spells. Whereas in this one, high cost spells will level you up faster. So anyway, in order to enable that mod, I actually have to read this spellbook here. I thought it'd be fun to do it on screen. I've done this a couple times off screen. So this is a short questionnaire needed by Magicka-Based skill progression to determine information about your class. You will only need to do this once per character. Please fill in which magic skills you set to major, minor, miscellaneous in your class creation. Also, enter whether or not you specialize in magic. Right, so the mod needs this to scale your experience growth correctly. Right, so we have a major skill in restoration. So we set that to major, and we have a minor skill in mysticism. Neither of which I've trained very much at all. I think I've gotten 3 levels in Restoration and 1 level in Mysticism. Then I hit Finished here. If I want to go back to that menu, I can hit Enter Class Specialties again. But this one is quite important. Change experience scaling. I was reading up about this, and this basically makes them progress slower than it would in the vanilla game. And the original mod used 15. What I've read is that 15 is really good if you're doing like a pure mage character, so that your levels don't scale too quickly. Your levels don't increase too quickly. What I think I'm probably going to use 5 or 10 for Hlena because I'll put it to 10 for now, but I'll see. I may go back. I think I can go back and change it. I may go back and change it if I find that we're just not leveling at all, because something like mysticism is a bit of a utility. So mind you, I can always pay for training. But anyway, I'm going to set it to 10. I'm going to set it to 10, and then we hit close, and the mod is set up. So yeah, anyway, I'll try not to talk about mods the entire episode, although I'm just so excited about this new setup that, lots of new, like the walking animation. You'll notice if I walk left, I'm using the strafing buttons. It doesn't do that little bunny hop animation. She basically just turns, and so there's a few little animation details that will just make the whole experience look nicer. Her face hasn't changed much. I am actually using different face mods. So I think our face does actually look slightly different than it did before, but I was a little bit worried that our character would look very, very different, but that seems to not be the case. Anyway, enough about that. Let us. I'm just going to look through our equipment here. It's been a while since I've done any kind of. I should probably double check and see if I need to do any of that. A lot of these little models have changed as well. The soul gems. They look a bit more like Skyrim soul gems, which is sort of a mixed bag in my opinion, but they're much more visible. They're easier to spot in the inventory. And anyway, I'll be noticing. I'll probably be fawning over textures as we progress through this quest line. Oh yeah, I've got this Bahung Impaler. I don't have any bolts for it. I have 2 bolts. Yeah, so let's. You know what I can do? I can sell this steel crossbow. It's kind of redundant now that we have this epic crossbow. You'll see that our carry capacity has also increased. That is also related to the carry on mod. Basically, you don't pay for your carry capacity and speed. You pay for it in fatigue. So if we reduce what we're carrying, I've got a dwarven claymore in here. Yeah, I've got to sell some crap. I don't mind doing the buying and selling on screen this time around, simply because, again, it's an opportunity for me to sort of show off the the new mod setup. Silhanil's Amulet and Raver's Amulet. These are from. I kind of feel like I should put these in here. Those are from that big dungeon there. Orcish Tower Shield. Yeah, I should sell that too. I don't know. I don't exactly know why I'm carrying that. There was a dungeon delve recently where I picked up some. Looks like I've got a mostly useful assortment of potions. I don't think I need to do any alchemy right at the moment. Ooh, I'm actually. I don't have any restore fatigue. I've got some restore fatigue. We're good. We're good. We're all good. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And yeah, what I will do though, however, a dubious tale. I don't know where that came from. How to Treat Heretics, we need to read. We're going to read that this episode. These 2 books, I think we read them last episode. I'm going to put them on Oliver. And yeah, that's from, that'll just leave my inventory because it doesn't weigh anything. I've got torches, that's good. One thing you guys might notice is that now, this I'm a little bit concerned about, but let's put that on Oliver that's probably a really bad idea to put it on Oliver. Does it weigh anything? It doesn't weigh anything. Okay, then let's not fuck around with that. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's fine to put it on a companion, but if I ever need to use it again and for some reason I can't get access to Oliver, then this is a bad idea. Right. Okay. Just double check here. Oh yeah, I've definitely got some. So I quite like the UI. I quite like the color scheme of these. They're a little bit less aggressive than the vanilla kind of red, blue, and green. Like I said, I don't mind. I don't normally do this stuff on screen, but might as well show you guys the new AI. And yeah, the modern UI, the sort of dark UI, it is a bit weird for someone who's played a lot of vanilla Morrowind and various modded configurations of Morrowind over the years. But I think I like it. And there are different options. I may at some point decide I want to go to a different option. But this is the sort of monochrome UI look, and there's some really cool stuff in terms of the journal. Like, if we look at our journal here, these textures are actually I think I had before, but these buttons here are higher resolution, just little details, like the topics, quests, and all those buttons are a little bit higher resolution. So everything is going to look crisper and cleaner and all that. And yeah, oops. What time is it? It's 8 p.m. We're gonna go to an inn, but I'm gonna do some buying and selling first off. Let's take a torch out because it is kind of dark. I have not. Again, this is running on a completely different user on my computer, and I've had to basically install all my recording software and everything in kind of duplicate to do this safely, to make sure that we don't lose the other save file. Yeah, there we go. Then we might as well do the over-the-shoulder thing here. And so I have not made any adjustments to the gamma or lighting because some of the lighting mods have changed a bit. So if this video is a bit dark, it's possible. Oh, looks like there's some new those statues. Were they there before? I'm not sure. There's lots of new textures. I think some of these carpets and stuff are using a new texture. You'll see as well the mod. If I walk over to the wall, the camera kind of shifts over so that we're not obscured by it. It's a bit jerky, and there's some adjustments I can make to it, I think. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and it really does allow for some interesting camera views. Oh, and the weapon sheathing, that's the other thing too. You can see that our sword there is on the hilt, and if I change to my bow, we get kind of almost the Skyrim style with the quiver on the back. So I think that's quite cool. Let's go to the kind of market district here. It's kind of late at night. But I'm quite enjoying the sort of starry night thing we got going on here. Man, Helena's skirt looks fantastic. I'm really glad I kept that. I really like that particular skirt model for female characters. The blue starry night look. Quite happy with it. But yeah, in terms of my frame rate and everything, I'm also finding that there's substantial performance fixes. It does still stutter a bit in large cities. And I do go down to sometimes I go down to like 20 frames per second in the large cities, but
find a perfect fit here. I guarantee it.
Welcome to Almasphere, Outlander.
And I think there's some new voiced dialogue that I've installed as well, just from merchants and stuff. You'll notice here though, if I click on, this is turning into a bit of a mod showcase, but I promise I'll advance the quest this episode. If I click on these dialogue topics, it just updates the first time I click on one. It tells me what I've already asked these people. So, we can see latest rumors. Rothis Thaler seems to think there's a fair amount of Droog living in the waters off Almastir. He says they're living in a wrecked ship or grotto, but it's unusual for Droog to swim in these parts. Maybe the old gaffer should lay off the Mazda. Whether he's not in his boat, he's off wetting his tongue at the Thirsty Saint Corner Club. Maybe we'll stay at that inn, the Thirsty Saint Corner Club. I don't know if they have beds there. I hope so. Yeah. What I want to do though is barter. And they don't. I don't know. Yeah, you don't have hardly any gold. This is probably not worth it at all. You won't buy any armor either, will you? Do I have any amulets to sell? No. Okay. Hopefully I'll find a merchant who can an armorer or something. Oh, I don't know if that armorer guy will talk to us.
Outlander, we greet you warmly.
Okay, I am going to, I'm just going to lower the voices a bit here, because it's a little bit, when there's two of them, it gets a little bit crazy, but we'll see. Let's put our sword away too. What do you sell? I'm not going to buy that ebony from, oh, that's right, I also have the mod that doesn't allow us to sell ebony. So what do I have that's ebony, though? Is it my weapon? That might be a bit of an issue. There must be something in here, right? Steel Blade of Heaven, Steel Crossbow. Am I wearing something that's ebony? Because that would be a problem. I didn't think of that, actually. It's not supposed to apply to weapons and armor. It must be... Ah, here it is. It's just raw ebony. Okay. Well, I may actually just ditch that or maybe stick it on Oliver. I know that there are some people who buy it. But, Dwemer coin. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a fantastic opportunity to show off. I know it's a bit cheesy to just stick things on the table. Ooh, I can't zoom on it, can I? But if I could get closer to that coin, I have a coin mod that makes them look really great. Just the little details. Right. Now, it's interesting because the other guy seemed to not be bothered by the Dwemer coin. And you don't sell hardly anything at all. There's not really... Let's find a good merchant. I will take that coin back, though. No, the raw ebony we can just ditch, actually, to be honest. I'm just going to throw it on the ground. It's just not worth carrying around. It's heavy, and no one will buy it.
Come on in.
kind of a mild immersion mod. Let's take a look at the map here. The map looks a bit different too. You'll see that the pointer here is white, and these are a little bit less kind of chunky icons. Yeah, I think overall I like it. We've got Tailors and Dyers Hall, Hospice of the Crossing. We can also stay there. I think we stayed there in the past. Where is, there's an armorer here. Oh, the armorer I don't think likes us though. I was hoping to find, where is there a, oh, there's an outfitter. Let's just go to the outfitter and see if we can at least offload a few of our heavier things at the outfitter. And then yeah, I'm gonna read that book, and we're gonna go off on an adventure, because we are in the middle of a quest. I realize, like, I may split this video in two, depending on how long things take. I can probably put away this torch for now. Whoa, that was a cool animation. Well, I'll just leave the torch out, whatever. Wait, I want to see how the... Yeah, that's kind of cool. See, if I get this camera angle here, we can sort of have conversations like this. Right. Oh, yeah, the Dwemer coin. You know, one thing I'll say about the mod that doesn't let you sell Dwemer and Ebony stuff, because they're supposed to be illegal in the game, right? Ooh, that's cool. It hides the map when I want to place things. That's brilliant. That's a new UI feature. So I can place it on the floor or whatever without... I'm just going to set it there. I'll probably forget it. Yeah. At least it tells us what it is in our interview. You're not the type I like to deal with. Ooh. Oh, she doesn't like us. Can I... Oh, that's weird. I wonder what's doing that. There might be something I've put in place that... Holy shit, man. Have we made enemies in this town? Can I please... No, that's one thing. I'm gonna try and butter her up here. I do have a pretty high speechcraft skill, but I do think I've kind of made some enemies in this town, and there is something. There are a couple mods that do a bit of balancing of these sorts of things. But wow, what was her disposition when we first talked to her? I just didn't even notice. It'll get back up eventually here if we keep doing this. 1725. Can I barter with you now? Oh, there we go. So she doesn't like us. She's not going to give us good prices, but she only has 415 gold too. I was also bartering with, or doing persuade with low fatigue, so that's not great. Let's just see if we can sell off any of this heavy stuff. I mean, I know it's a claymore. Oh, that's worth 1,200. She only wants to give us 171 for it. Cancel. Give me a second here. Let's just wait an hour to get our fatigue back up. See if we can get a little bit better price than that. I mean, that's insanely low. Not really. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna do it. That's my sword of flying. I want to keep that. This is actually a pretty useless weapon, the Cruel Viper Blade. We'll get rid of that. It's not worth very much either. Just, yeah. Okay. And this Orcish Tower Shield we can get rid of as well. That's crap I found in that cave we went into 2 episodes ago. Right. Well, I'm gonna barter a bit here. Oh, you bitch. That's interesting though. I think one of the mods I have makes it so that people will not trade with you. That people won't trade with you if your disposition is too low, which I think is pretty cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's fun to look at all these objects. The book covers, the... Look at that loot. Oh, it's not a fat loot, it's a regular loot. Oh man, yeah. The potions, the everything. Everything is just looking... Toy Guar? Fuck, we might have to buy one of those and stick it on Oliver just for kicks. That's a great looking Toy Guar. Very cool. Right, let's read the book. Let's sort of sit by out in the stars here and read the book by the torchlight. Oh, we can't sit. I do not have a sit animation installed. You can see how the camera goes on the left here. I think that's actually pretty cool. It was a bit disorienting when I first started playing, but and if I draw a weapon, and it centers the view again if I draw a weapon, and then if I if I toggle the viewing angle here, it sort of floats around again. So I think it's got a kind of interesting cinematic effect. Right. We are going to read How to Punish Heretics. How to Treat Heretics, sorry. Not punish, treat. So, How to Treat Heretics by Salvus Relis of the Order of Doctrine and Ordination. It is inevitable that in our service to Almcivi and their holy temple we shall encounter souls which are not loyal to the Tribunal. Whether these souls belong to the Charmant, the House of Troubles, or any number of other perfidious sects, it is our duty as ordinators to protect the faithful from the danger which these people represent, and while these souls are often irredeemable and must be purged with divine wrath, we must also attempt to emulate Almalexia, Mother of Mercy, and avoid unnecessary bloodshed. Children will admittedly not be encountered frequently by those of the Order of War, Inquisition, or my own order, but the Order of the Watch will regularly encounter them in the execution of their daily duties and must learn to interact with them. Learn to interact with children. Occasionally, ordinators will learn of heretical practices in town, and during their raids of homes and shrines will encounter the sons and daughters of heretics. Actually, Vanilla Morrowind does not have any children. Excuse me. Simply put, the young are not to blame for the blasphemous teachings their parents instill in them, as they lack the maturity and experience to reject the falsehoods taught to them, which unfortunately leaves these young souls deluded. I encourage the ordinators to try and be gentle and reassuring, as these children can become valuable members of the faithful under the tutelage of the temple, and some of them may even grow up to execute the will of the tribunal as ordinators. Remember, they may grow violent during your raids while you are arresting and executing their parents. While you are expected to protect yourself, do remember that as a trained warrior, few of them can pose any significant threat to you. So don't kill children. Show mercy, and they may one day be reborn in service to the one true faith. The misled and ignorant, not all those who are misled young, are so fortunate to be ripped away from their deceivers by the temple, and some grow up having been lied to their whole life. Keep in mind that according to the temple law, heresy is not heresy unless the non-believer refuses to be corrected, and those who are unaware that they are rejecting the truth are not heretics, nor are they guilty of any sin. Ordinators are encouraged to bring any non-violent heretics to the attention of the temple, who will instruct you on how to act. While usually a temple scholar or priest will speak with and attempt to correct the non-believers, periodically ordinators of doctrine and ordination will fulfill this role because you have the scholarly training to answer any question and assuage any doubts non-believers may reasonably have, and okay, there's something going on in that sentence that's weird, but anyway, are servants of the triunes who are expected to serve as examples of faithfulness at all times. I have personally seen, after lengthy discussions, non-believers renounce their corrupt beliefs and accept our three gods as their divine lords. Right. The course. The Order of War will frequently purge the dens of worshippers of the House of Troubles, and when you do, show no mercy, for those cultists desire nothing less than the temple's complete destruction. However, they often have slaves who serve their masters solely out of the fear of punishments, and because these coerced servants live in pitiable conditions as slaves to evil incarnate, you serve the three in the temple by breaking their chains and wrenching them from the wicked hands of the four corners. Once freed from bondage, these souls may see the truth and come to worship the triunes. Admittedly, it can be difficult to distinguish true willing servants of the Four Corners from their coerced servants, and while you must prioritize the completion of your mission and the safety of you and your comrades, if you can save these helpless souls, you should make every reasonable effort to do so. The Doubters. In a perfect world, all Dunmer would remain faithful to the Triunes their whole life. Is that how you say that, Triunes? It's not something I've seen a lot in... I've seen Tribunal, right? But that's interesting. Their whole life, but we live in an imperfect world. Were it not so, we ordinators would not exist. There will be times in most people's lives in which doubt will creep in, and while it is a contagion which can spread if left unchecked, most often the lapse in faith is momentary and can be corrected under supervision. Doubt usually takes hold of laity, although occasionally even members of the clergy will experience it, and while it is nefarious and even dangerous, a good inquisitor will avoid violence and incarceration unless the doubt degrades into vile heresy and the doubter becomes fixed in their incorrectness. Those of you who belong to the Order of Inquisition are charged with extirpating doubts wherever it may be found, but re-education is always a better means of eliminating uncertainty than force. One moment of doubt does not warrant the death sentence or torture and incarceration. Show mercy and lead the doubters back into the loving and merciful arms of Almcivi. Violence is a fact of life for ordinators, but it is always better to redeem a heretic than to kill them. This is a lesson which many jaded ordinators lose sight of after many years of service, but it is something that I wish to instill into all of you. Never let it stray far from your mind in the years to come. Discharge your duties faithfully. You represent the temple. Cool. I was expecting that book to be a little bit less, well, merciful. But that's really interesting. So, like last week, we read on the Perils of Heresy or whatever it was called, and then the other book on the importance of heresy. Excuse me. And yeah, it's interesting. We definitely have a pretty good theological background. Basically, one book arguing that you kind of need to have heretics in order to have your religion, so that things are kind of called into question, and it reminds you of sort of why the religion matters, I guess. And the other argument was that no, the having the heretics is basically a bad thing, and you got to get rid of them. I mean, I'm brutally simplifying, but it is interesting. It's sort of an ignorance is bliss argument versus a more open-minded way to view the religion and everything. Anyway, it is getting quite late. Oh, the limping scrib. Is that an inn? Maybe we'll just maybe we'll go here. Something up with your hair? Looks okay. My faces mod. My faces mod looks better than it did before. So I am interested in looking at these character models.
Tell your friends about this place.
Right. I would like beds. Just one will do. Right. Take the trap door up a floor and then go down the hallway to find your room. Wow, that's a very rustic. It's a very rustic hotel arrangement.
Is there something?
I honestly can't remember whether I've been to this inn before, so bear with me. It's been a while. Man, I'm loving the weapon sheathing mod that puts weapons on all of the NPCs. Where is the trapdoor? Good God. Man, if I can't find this hotel room, we are going to be in trouble. Ah, there it is. Hello? Who are you? Staying at the Limping Scrib. I always stop here when I cross the tier. Say, you look like the sort of person who could assist me. I have a special job for someone heading east to Roadir. Uh-oh. I feel a quest coming on. Right. Special job. I'm trying to secure a position there as a tollmare, but there hasn't been an opening in months. I fear there won't be an opening for years to come, and I'll be stuck with my less than desirable status until then. That's where you come in. That's the only way for me to be considered for this position is if one of the tollmare at Roadir loses his rank. House Induril takes incompetence very seriously. If a tollmare were to lose his trade records, it would be difficult, perhaps impossible, for him to recover from such a careless mistake. I don't think I'm gonna do this. I don't think Hlena would do this. This is just this dude just needs to like, I don't know, work on his CV or something. This is a very cool quest, by the way, but I don't think Helena's gonna do it. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Well, good luck, buddy. Did you just pollute my journal with that quest entry? Okay, that one I remember. That one's a cool one. I don't think so. I think that's that. So that's a good. By the way, I think that's a really good quest design where you get the quest hook, but it doesn't put anything in your journal until you sort of decide that you're going to do it. From a role-playing point of view, I quite like the quests being optional. Someone left an expensive skirt in my room, in my hotel room here. Look at those dice, man. And we got a little brush there. Ooh. That brush, that's great. And I've got some flora mods that look like this red fire flower looks like just brilliant. I've got lots of, that's a really cool looking chest too. Yeah, I want to show you guys the coins. This is a little bit silly here, but I'm going to put a coin on the table. And I gotta sneak here. Can't get any closer, I need to put it higher up, but you can actually read the text on the coins. That's how detailed they are. Maybe if I put it on this shelf here. I think if I sneak here and I put it on the shelf and then, ooh, that's actually perfect. Hopefully I won't get stuck in this little, but yeah, you can actually, if you look here, you can actually read. It says, the Empire is law, the law is sacred. And I don't know whether that was installed before. I have a feeling it might have been. I think I am actually, oh no, we're good. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to have to toggle the collision grid there to get out of the you know, stuck behind the bed, basically. Let's sleep. And we are in the middle of a temple quest. We're going to sleep 7 hours. And we're gonna now gather our party and venture forth, as it were. Wait a second. But oh, okay, that goes to the roof. For a second there, I thought that they'd like locked me in. That would be a good quest. God, someone should write a quest where you stayed in and then they lock you in or something, and I don't know, hold you hostage or something. Right.
Welcome to Alma's
So,
Fear, good
Oliver is on the. I gotta remember where we're going here. The Ordinators have been sent to Vis Asunat, a temple monastery, with the intention of purging the place, if need be. To inspect the monastery and interrogate its inhabitants. Excuse me. And then make the decision whether or not it should be purged. Right. Where is this again? Temple monastery dedicated to Saint Erelor. And it is. Did you tell me where it is? If you let me know if you need directions to Vis Asunut. Didn't you give me directions? I know you gave me directions last episode. Why am I not seeing them in here? Topics. Vis Asunut. Next. Vis Asunut sits. I just needed to hit the next button there. Sits atop a mountainous island northwest of Alma's Fear. You can get there by crossing the bridge over the west side of the river. Okay. So, let's not take Oliver then. Let's just, we'll leave Oliver up on the bridge up there. That's fine. Because we were already on the west side, and I don't think we're going too far. And I've got lots of carry capacity. Partly because of the mod. So the more we carry now, the faster our fatigue will go down, but it won't affect our movement speed, and I'm finding the movement speed actually a little bit fast. I don't know, I'm not entirely convinced I like the carry-on mod, but the walking speed is a little bit less sluggish. But yeah, I'm finding this to be a little bit comically fast. So we need to go northwest. Northwest. Past the plantations, I think it said. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with it for now, the walking speed. But I'm gonna think about whether I want to disable the carry on mod. It's convenient. It's convenient for me testing the mods, and it's convenient for traveling around areas you've already traveled around. The movement speed in Morrowind. I was doing just a bit of playtesting on the side in general with balance mods and stuff. And let's look at this now that we've seen this before, but. Yeah, look at these, like, pedals. Getting a few little frame rate stutters. Something is going on. There's, like, a little mist here, but... Hello. But, things are generally looking good. A lot of the vanilla assets look really good. Like, I kind of warped over to, Vivek and stuff, and... Oh, you again. Bye-bye. Yeah. So... Anyway, I guess, I don't know if we've taken this path before. Let's put that sword away. I think we have. No, we have not. So this is a little settlement we've never seen before. I might be getting lost here, but Indal Rune. Oops. There we go. I will say that, yeah, I feel like the walking speed is something that I almost want to run a little bit less and walk a bit more. This is a very cool place. What's the deal? What's this place about? This is the river port of Indal Rune. The dock at Indal Rune serves as a drop-off point for cargo on the Tyr River. Most villagers make a living as fishermen, boatmen, or laborers on nearby plantations. A few Hlaalu retainers and agents live here as well. Not the kind of place that would interest an outlander, I'm sure. So it's a Hlaalu town. Very cool. Got a very nice looking Hlaalu guard with a bone mold shield. And a nice looking sword and scabbard on him. Yeah, things are looking good. So, we're supposed to go northwest, and I feel like this path is kind of wandering not that way. But, I think we're supposed to go back up to the plantation up there, but I'm a little bit curious. I'm just going to kind of take a look. You'll also notice that distant terrain is I've basically did some tweaks in the OpenMW configuration files, and open terrain should be we're going to be able to see further, and it's going to have less of a performance impact. So good news all around. Good news all around. The game should be looking really better than it ever has, in my opinion. And I gotta say, I'm gonna keep walking along the road here and try and find our way to where we're supposed to be going. But I gotta say that you know, most people would not advise making a completely new load order and moving a save file between the two, especially someone in the middle of a let's play like I am. I gotta say though, OpenMW, and I'm not trying to proselytize those of you who might be using the vanilla Morrowind modding method. I think that method clearly has advantages, and there's probably more mods you can do if you're doing that overall. But stability-wise, this just can't be beat. I changed so many mods in the load order. I changed mods with leveled lists. I changed mods with all sorts of things, and with a little bit of work and you know, a little bit of care, not even that much, I was able to really completely just completely change huge parts of the load order without breaking the save. No crashes, nothing like that. I'm a little bit confused. I should look in the journal again. Just quickly here. What was the place called again? Here we go. There we go. Crossing the bridge over to the west side of the river and then walking north through the Plantation land. Okay. Well, we've pretty much... So I guess we'll just... Yeah, we'll walk along the coast here. Maybe over to that bridge over there. It's funny in this game, you get these written directions, and I find that I invariably have to read them like 6 times. Because there's no quest markers or anything, right? But yeah, let's go for a walk. We are on the way towards a new settlement. This monastery should be very interesting to see. And man, it's just so awesome. This is also not a path that I've walked on before. So, very cool. Yeah, I'm not sure about the running speed here. I like the fatigue system. I think that really solves the problem, because as much as we gotta figure out what this is. As much as I've always liked Morrowind, even vanilla Morrowind. The painfully slow walking and running speed was definitely an issue. So if I can trade speed for fatigue, essentially, or sorry, if I can trade fatigue for speed, I'm probably okay with that. I wonder whether I need to be sneaking here. I don't know if this is a place of evil or not. Let's drop a quick save. Uh-oh. I'm looking at that. Uh-oh. Did I just jump myself into it? There we go. Oh, my comberries are fixed. That's great. I was having a texture issue with comberries. But yeah, they're looking great now. Okay. Oh yeah, I see a guard up there. This looks like, what is this place? Passeur sur Lookout. Amazing. Let's look out from the lookout.
Masera.
Halalu Sharpshooter Guard. Cool. Wow. Bet you he's got a marksman skill of like, I don't know, 45 or something. 50, 60.
I can tell.
It does look good. It does look nice. You get a good sense of the... I think we can see 7 cells, I think. For those of you who might not know, a cell, like this is a cell, right? So, we can see 7 cells, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about as far as we can see. It's pretty cool. There's Wadir over there. You can sort of just see over to Wadir, maybe a little bit further. And that to me is pretty good. That's almost ideal. Any more than that, and the game starts to actually look weirdly small. Of course, a lot less so with Tamriel Rebuilt, but well, lots of detours. I'll cut this into 2 episodes, I think. So if there is an abrupt change that I do in editing, well, I'll try and find a good place to cut it off. Because I want to kind of finish this quest in one sitting. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this is a Jinx sword, so it freezes them. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing about the run speed is it feels like a bit of a silly way to travel, sort of jogging around at this speed. It does look a little bit too fast. But that being said, you know, if you play something like Skyrim, have I been up here before? Yes, I have been on this path before. If you play something like Skyrim, you tend to walk at these slightly hyperbolic speeds. It's a matter of playability, and I found, like, so I started a few new characters in Morrowind, just kind of playing around with some of these mod setups, and I did find that low-level characters, sometimes you sort of lose patience with quests and the game in general, simply because it takes so long. You know, you walk the wrong way, and then you end up. So I do think the idea behind the carry-on mod is a good one. Now this town we have been to before. What is it called again, though? This is the Acheron Plantation. Yeah, this is a standard kind of Hlaalu slaving plantation.
You want something,
What?
friend?
Wow, that shield, man. Okay, can you not turn around so that I can see your shield? Thank you. Wow, that's quite the shield. They do look a little bit weird the way they're kind of pinned on the back there, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to be paying lots of attention to that. That's the weapon sheathing mod.
Yes,
Not Oliver. This is not Oliver. Cool looking Guar, though. He's got a cool little Guar backpack. Let's keep going. I think we're on the right road here for where we want to get. We have already walked this road, at least parts of this road before, I think. But yeah. Things are looking great. I think one of the things that the distant terrain in OpenMW is doing now that I've noticed is sometimes you'll notice like lights turn on as you approach cells. So some things are loading afterwards, and that ultimately is good for performance. It's ultimately, yeah, a good thing for performance. Allows man, these farms are big. Like, these are much bigger than the farms in vanilla Morrowind. Look at all these cork bulbs. Just rows and rows and rows of them. I mean, they're big for Morrowind anyway. Looks great. Yeah, I've got a new heads mod, new bodies mod. The clothing mod, I think, has some tweaks. Part of what's happened, actually, is that, you know, in the 6 months since I've been making Morrowind videos, mostly during the, during the pandemic, essentially, the modding has, you know, one of the silver linings of this horrible pandemic is that modders have been hyperactive and producing tons and tons of content. So when I started to look at some of the recently released mods, I just thought, no, I really want to update. I kind of want to upgrade my setup here. And I've managed to do so in an ultimately fairly safe way. I think we may discover. Ooh, that's cool. That's a different effect for the netches. I'm not sure I like their kind of pink brains there. It's a little bit intense. Yeah, maybe. They're a little bit less blue and glowy. Mind you, against the blue sky, it's kind of hard to tell. You don't see them at night. Be interested to see how they look at night. Right. Where are we here? I feel like we've gone pretty far northwest at this point. I'm very curious as to... I gotta look in the journal again. Here we go again. No, we want... Sorry, just go cancel. We want this one and then this one. Okay. Just north of a farmstead called Rethel House. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, Rethel House. Oh, I've got to change my road signs. Tamriel Rebuilt road signs, I think, need to be patched. Aanthirin. This is the road to Aanthirin, which we did quite a long time ago. What about here? Have we been here before? Yeah, I think we walked over here. Madrethi Plantation. And does this road keep going? I don't think it does. I think we... That's an interesting building. I don't think we've been up there. Yeah, we haven't been up there before. Very early in this series, like episode 1 or 2, we were walking around this area, so I don't actually mind coming back to it a bit. What is that there? What is that? I think there's a rock. I think there's something. There's a problem. We're missing a texture. There's a missing rock texture there. I'm gonna have to look into that. I can see a floating rock up there. What's this? Pure lookout. So this is another one of these lookouts. Kind of similar to the one near almost Tyr there. Oh, maybe it just popped. I don't see it anymore. And we have a little warren of rats. And I have no fatigue, so it's very hard to hit them. My agility is actually 95 with this character, so short blade is up to 72. Looks pretty good. Right. What's that? That's the town we were just in. So there's no road that way. Let's just keep wandering kind of back and forth here. We'll find it eventually. Something is attacking. There's a little camp over here. I don't know, something. I've got battle music, but I can't see anything attacking, so I'm just going to. Who are you?
Under sun and
Darvis Dreth.
we greet you. All.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Darvis Dreth. How can I help you? What is your deal? Sharpshooter. Well, I don't, I'm a sharpshooter. I make my living as a mercenary, working as on short contracts as a caravan guard or expedition escort, or for long-term contracts to nobles and merchants. I have mastered the various marksman weapons, can train you in their use for a modest fee. No, you can't. You are not a trainer. That's weird. I feel like this is, it might be something in my setup, in my mod setup, but I don't think so. I think someone forgot to put the training menu in on this NPC. But that's cool. Very cool. I was a little bit worried that we were going to get sucked into some kind of elaborate quest there, but nope, just a random NPC. Doing random NPC stuff. I'm quite off the beaten path at this point. At this point I'm just kind of like looking, ooh, that could be a monastery. These plants are really cool. Whoever designed those, whoever drew the concept art for those, like, kudos. Bluefoot. I don't know that I've seen bluefoot mushrooms before. What do they do? Water walking. That's actually useful. Yeah, if I see any more of those, I'll take them. Oh, and then these are useful for restore fatigue. Hello. Except that I can't pick you. That's weird. Well, there's another thing I'll note. I think I might be having a problem with Hackalo leaves. I'll have to double check and make sure that the Hackalo, whatever mod I put in for Hackalo, is working, because I wasn't able to activate it there. I have a vague sense of what that might be caused by. Are we still going north, kind of northwest here? Yeah. Okay. Is this Aanthirin, though? Are we all the way back at Aanthirin? Yes, we are. Ooh. That strikes me as, like, way too far. I'm gonna wander around a bit. I might end up chopping this episode up if there's a lot of this aimless wandering and getting lost. Because I do want to find this place. Well, the combat music stopped. That's good. Possibly one of the downsides of faster running speeds is... Look at the sand, man. God, look at that sand. It's actually, it looks better when we look at it over here, but that just looks fantastic. The water as well. OpenMW's water shaders are actually really good. you don't really. I don't think I've modded the water. I think that's just how the water looks in OpenMW. So it's pretty good, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. I'm sure that you can find, you know, a water mod that works in vanilla Morrowind that's like maybe better or something, but you know what, I find it impressive how good it is out of the box for someone who say doesn't want to put. I put about 240 mods in this game at this point. For someone who doesn't want to do that. Ooh, there's Old Ebonheart. Looks fantastic in the distance. Yeah. For someone who doesn't want to mod the shit out of it. And there's Vivek. Holy crap, man. So, we have found a really interesting spot here. We are able to see Old Ebonheart on the right. Vivek on the... Shut up. I'm showing the scenery. No rat attacks. God. Yeah. So we can see Vivek on the left, and the moon, the falling moon there, whatever it's called. And we can see Old Ebonheart on the right. And I have a feeling if we were to, if we could only get up there. I'm doing it. Where's my sort of lesser flying? It's down here. my interface is all different now because I don't know how I gotta rearrange this a bit, but I'm trying to make use of the screen space from, I think the font is slightly smaller here than it was before. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But if I can make better use of this screen space here, where is it? It's the Dagger of Steel Blade of Heaven. I have a little bit concerned that getting down from here will involve some falling damage, but well, we might as well get a bird's eye view. Of course, I still have charges on that. Ooh, no, I don't. It's okay. I think I can survive that fall. Well, I don't see a monastery. I was hoping we might be able to see Almost Tyr at the same time, but I think that rock is in the way. You can sort of almost see something over there. Alright, let's get off this rock. Ah, we're good, we're good. We're good. Didn't even get... Oh, no, we're not good. This is a bad spot. This is one of these crevices that is not designed for, Oh! Can I sneak out of this without... Ah. It's not... You're not supposed to be in there, basically. Whoa. Sorry, my mouse movement there, Right. Well. Where are we here? I think we need to go back to the Vathris Plantation and kind of regroup and find... Or we can go down this island here. Let's just walk straight down this island. Well, we'll walk straight down the island here and see if we see anything that looks like a farmhouse or a monastery. Oh, Hackalo is working. Never mind. Are those other Hackalo plants I must have maybe picked before or something? I'm not sure. Maybe those particular plants just weren't able to be activated. That's good. Good to know. There's the lookout. I'm gonna go down these little islands. And what's... Yeah, okay. That could be a monastery right there. There's an ancestral tomb. I might lower the footstep sound. I'm not sure. Well, maybe. That is interesting. I wonder whether those two buildings are connected by something. I'm not going to delve in there because it's sort of a can of worms type thing, but Temple domes are not that useful. Actually, comberries are useful for making restore Magicka potions. Let's go for a dip here. I didn't bring the camping gear. I'm not sure that I actually haven't tested the camping gear. My camping gear mod is a very old mod, and there are some newer ones. In fact, there's just what is it called? The Ashfall just came out, which does not work for OpenMW. There are some new kind of camping and survival mods for Morrowind, but I'm not really going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that for this character. I have my quite old Acheron's camping mod, and that's enough for me for now. Anyway, I'm going to come to the top of this hill, and then I'm going to end this episode. I realize we did not even slightly scrape the surface of advancing in this quest, but let's see what this is first. What is this? This is a... Oh, it's another lookout. Okay. Interesting. Very cool. It looks like there's a whole series of these. There's another lookout over there. Man. It just looks so nice. House Hlalu. Okay, that's just the House Hlalu standard banner there. Interesting. So there is kind of a little path along here. It doesn't... Oh, there's the bridge. Okay, I see. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. That might be the monastery. Were we already there? I feel like we were maybe already up there. That might be the monastery. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here because it's getting long, and we will continue this quest next time. But I hope you've liked this little sort of walking tour through Tamriel Rebuilt with the new mod setup. It should look different, especially in the towns and some of the new textures. There should be substantial differences, and also just the UI in general. May not be as noticeable on YouTube as it is for me. But next episode I will try and, get back on track in terms of advancing in these quests, and figure out where we're headed here. But thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Morrowind videos on this channel, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video as well. So see you next time. Ciao.